Hi, I wanted to make a video about creative self-expression. So I'm a creativity coach. So I'm really big on unraveling the creative us. And the reason I felt it was important to make this video is because sometimes for people who are in the more logical minded world, as in, the bankers, the lawyers, the accountants, the doctors, the idea of creativity seems a little bit sort of far fetched for them. It's like, okay, that's another world. The truth of the matter is that our creative self expression filters into our work life, into our relationships, into everything that's happening in our world. Whether it's colleagues, teams, bosses, spouses. It's basically that creative self expression is filtering in every area. And the way that happens is that you tend to find that people in that world, I call them sort of left brain community, tend to be very conscientious. When they write an email, when they're expressing themselves, there's a lot of cautiousness involved because that world is all about non-disclosure, and we become very careful about how we express ourselves. But that translates into our communication on a day-to-day basis. So that becomes the way we communicate with the supermarket assistant, the way we communicate with the person on the telephone when we're booking a ticket, and it filters into all our communication spectrum, and we take that home with us. So that becomes our personal way of communicating as well. It tends to be a bit guarded and a little bit on the sort of extra cautious side. So where creative self-expression features is that when we come into the world as kids, we come passionate about life, we come excited, we come energetic, we become naturally loving. Fear doesn't even exist, it's not even part of the equation. It's something that we learn about later on in life through the adults in our world and through our own experiences. But we come self-expressing very freely and very lovingly, and we're very caring, and we're very decent, and this is, children come in with the traits that we later on as adults try to sort of bring back to life. And so at that stage, we are naturally interested and excited about certain things. And it's what Dr. Maria Montessori called our intrinsic interests. They're interests that are coming from the inside of us. They're natural to us, and they're very unique to us. The combination of what interests us and what excites us, and it's very personal. And that combo between sort of what interests us, what lights us up, what we're curious about, what we really care about, what we want to contribute and help with, it's really a very unique mixture for each and every single one of us. But we all have things that excite us, that make us feel good, and it might be football for someone, it might be a delicious meal for someone else, it might be a bit of gardening for someone else, it might be building something. We all have something that feels good to us, even if we are an accountant or a lawyer or a banker. There are things that light us up naturally, and sometimes we can get so carried away and sort of going along with what's in fashion, art or photography or fashion, but actually what lights us up might be something completely different. So, and we know what lights us up because they're conversations that we love to have, and they're things that when we come across them somehow, on Facebook or that, they kind of like make us feel good. So what's naturally interesting to us is naturally, visible. Physically, we can feel it. There's like an energetic shift that happens. So what I'm encouraging here is that my community, the community that I tend to be speaking to and working with, begin to discover more of what naturally lights them up, what naturally excites them, what naturally feels good to them, So we're kind of moving the conversation a little bit from the sort of thinking to the feeling. And I believe that filters straight back to leading with authenticity, so that when we are in these jobs and we're connecting with colleagues, with teams, with employees, with boards of directors, our method of communication becomes more authentic to who we really are. It's sort of the discovering our creative self-expression and including that in our world um, eases the rest of the communication that's happening in our world and allows us to be more us. Because you tend when you tend to meet the more creatives, they feel quite good in their skin. There, as we say in French, they're bien dans leur peau. They feel good to talk to. They're easy to talk to. They're easy to connect with. There's something very natural about interactions in that sphere. But there's no reason why this other community is more uptight about. There's no reason, because we all come into the world the same. We're all natural artists, as Picasso says. We all are. The trick is how to remain an artist in our adulthood. So when we remember what it is that excites us and lights us up, and we allow it, we bring it into our world one way or another, then we relax the rest of our being, because now the truth of us is expressing itself. So then we can connect with others with much more ease and with much more grace and with much more fun. And fun, in the end, is an energy, and it's the energy that allows business to be done. Even people want to be around that energy. They want to transact with that energy. They want to hang out with that energy. And why are we buying certain products, and why are we're buying a piece of the energy of the creator who was excited about creating whatever it was, whether it was the painting or the iPhone or the dress. It's part of that energy is what we're paying for and what we're wanting a piece of. And so when we bring that into our work life, we also add the piece that is the energetic value of being good in our skins and feeling good about ourselves, that translates into business that's transacted in a much more enjoyable way. And in the end, this is what makes people stick around in companies. This is what makes what increases productivity, and this is what gets results. Is that energetic? Feels good, you want to stick around. Doesn't, you're like, let's see what else is out there. So I wanted to begin this conversation because I know sometimes people see sort of creativity and they think, oh, that's not relevant to me. But actually it is. It's very relevant, because it's relevant to every aspect of one's life. When we are true to ourselves, that filters into every area. And sometimes we think we're unlocking something there, but actually we're unlocking it here too, and here and here. So it's all one big tapestry that is us. And we have to bring all the components that make up us in order for us to feel like us. So I hope this is helpful. I host a lot of talks, and I have programs coming up that you can enjoy in the privacy of your own home. Exploring more of this. But if you're in London on June 20th, I'm going to have a talk on basically on creativity, on living our truth, on unraveling natural creativity, on self-expressing, on intuition, on a lot of the stuff that I've touched on in this video. So if you are in town, look it up. It's on my website. I'll attach a link down below, and it's on Eventbrite as well. You can find your tickets there. I hope to see you there, and look forward to participating more, to having more participation from you. I know this community is not the natural sort of commenters on blogs and stuff, but but please do share some of your success stories as you begin to explore more of your creative truth and bring that into your work life, into your life in general. So I wish you a wonderful day, and until the next conversation, bye.